Check out carmarshal.com. The link is in the description. They help support us.
So you can be arrested for failure to identify yourself to a police officer. Okay? It's your last chance. Or we're going to take you out of the car. We're going to cuff you.
3 seconds. 1.
Chris.
Give us
2.
Or you're going to be charged.
3.
Wait.
ID or no?
All you got to do is comply, dude.
Chris, come on, stop.
Let's go.
Chris.
Let's go.
Chris,
Let's go.
stop. He didn't do anything wrong, bro. Stop.
Get out of the car now. Get out of the car. You're under arrest. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Let go! Let go! Let go! She got me!
Stop. Sorry. Sorry, Nick. Put your hand behind your back. I got Nick with one probe.
Watch, cop tries to taser man for refusing to give ID, tasers fellow cop instead. A man trying to assert his right not to give police his identification was arrested, but not before a cop tasered his own partner in the process. By Matt Agarist, November 28, 2017. Riverside OH in the state of Ohio, it is unlawful for police to demand your identification unless the officer reasonably suspects you are committing, have committed, or are about to commit a criminal offense, or if you witnessed a party committing a felony. It is not a violation of the law to refuse to identify yourself if you do not meet the above criteria. The scenario below shows the chaos and violence that can happen when a person feels this reasonable suspicion has not been articulated. Over the Thanksgiving holiday, Riverside police officers responded to a report of domestic violence. When the officers arrived on the scene, they approached a man they believed to be involved in the incident. However, as he was not charged with domestic violence, it appears from the court records that they had the wrong man. Claiming not to have committed a crime, the man police approached, Christopher McClinton, refused to hand over his identification. The woman in the vehicle with him also claimed McClinton had done nothing wrong. However, police continued to escalate the situation. The video released by the department from one of the officers' body cameras does not show them presenting reasonable articulable suspicion. Instead, it starts with the officer threatening to arrest McClinton for failing to identify yourself to a police officer. The actual law, however, is called failure to disclose personal information and requires the criteria mentioned above. Advertisement. The officers gave McClinton several more warnings that if he did not hand over his identification that he would be tasered and arrested. After he refused one more time, the officers moved in to taser and arrest McClinton. Read more, school cops lose jobs for tasering school employee while playing around. This is where the story takes a dramatic turn. When the officer deploys his taser, the prongs split. One of the prongs goes into McClinton while the other goes into the officer's partner. As the officer is hit with the taser, he seizes up and falls to the ground in agony, hitting his head in the process. Before the body camera footage was released, local news ran stories of an officer injured while responding to a domestic dispute. They noted that the officer was wrestling with a suspect when he fell backward and struck his head. There was no mention of the taser at all. For what he thought was a lawful refusal to identify, McClinton was subsequently tasered and arrested. He has now been charged with obstructing official business, failure to disclose personal information, and resisting arrest. Nothing in regards to the alleged domestic incident. He pleaded not guilty to the charges on Monday, according to records. Below is a video highlighting the extreme escalation of force and the danger it presents to all involved when someone attempts to assert their rights and police respond. As TFTP has reported in the past, cops needlessly escalating violence often ends with innocent people getting hurt. The family of an innocent 10-year-old boy filed a $4 million lawsuit on behalf of their son last year after he was shot by a trigger-happy Georgia cop. The boy, Dakota Corbett, was shot in the back of his leg while Officer Michael Vickers was attempting to kill his dog. Like McClinton claims, Dakota Corbett and the rest of his family had done nothing wrong when they were swarmed by cops who held them at gunpoint before shooting the child. Read more. Watch. Cops leave taser in hospital room with mentally ill man, kill him when he grabs it. The incident happened in July of 2014 when officers were looking for the suspect of an armed robbery and police shooting. The suspect, 19-year-old Christopher Barnett, had fled to the woods near Corbett's home. During Barnett's apprehension, all hell broke loose as this innocent family had their rights violated at the hands of public servants. According to the lawsuit, the defendants, Coffee County, Sheriff Doyle Wooten and Deputy Michael Vickers, jointly and severely deprived the plaintiffs and plaintiffs' minor children of their rights secured by the 4th and 14th Amendments of the United States, and as a direct and proximate result of said deprivation, defendants' negligence, gross negligence, and the wanton and willful indifference to the rights of the plaintiffs individually and the rights of the plaintiffs' minor children, caused the physical pain, suffering, mental anguish, and ultimately the permanent restriction of one minor's right leg. Luckily, in the Riverside instance, no innocent children were present to be struck by the officer's taser.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Sheriff County Cop Watch with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave let's say actually yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it, 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt-free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, if I got, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. 47,000 of you so far right now. $1 a day. $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.